Jack, I want to ask you a question.
Go for it.
If you failed at something big tomorrow, really failed, publicly, embarrassingly, would you still feel like a good, worthy person the next morning?
Wow. Okay, honestly, my gut reaction is no. I'd feel like I lost something.
That's exactly the feeling I want you to sit with for the next few minutes.
You're not easing us in today, are you?
Nope, straight to the heart of it.
All right, I'm listening.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rose and Jack, Everyday English. This is the place where you can improve your English through calm, natural conversations about life, mindset, and everyday moments. I'm Rose.
And I'm Jack.
Today we're talking about self-worth, specifically how to build it from the inside out instead of borrowing it from other people or from your achievements.
Because most of us are running on a kind of self-worth that's rented, not owned.
Exactly. And if you're a B1 or B2 learner, this episode is for you. If you're a stronger or newer learner, just relax, listen, and enjoy the conversation.
So let's start with something that trips a lot of people up. The difference between confidence and self-worth. Because I think we mix these up constantly.
We really do. Confidence is, I can do this. It's task-based. You feel confident driving a car, cooking a meal, giving a presentation because you've done it before and you trust your skill.
Right, it's earned through repetition.
And on the days you didn't?
Honestly, kind of hollow. Like I was waiting for someone else to confirm I was okay.
That's the trap. When your worth depends on outside approval, you're never actually safe. You're just waiting for the next verdict.
So after the break, I want to dig into that because I think there's a sneaky habit a lot of us have that quietly wrecks self-worth over time.
People-pleasing.
Exactly. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Okay, Jack, you teased it. People-pleasing. Let's talk about how it quietly damages self-worth.
So here's the thing people don't expect. People-pleasing feels like kindness, but underneath, it's often fear. Fear of conflict, fear of disappointing someone, fear of being disliked.
And every time you say yes when you mean no, you're sending yourself a message.
What message?
My comfort doesn't matter as much as their approval. Do that enough times and your brain starts to believe it.
That's heavy. I actually have a small story here. A few years ago, a friend asked me to help her move apartment on a weekend I badly needed rest. I said yes immediately, even smiling about it, when internally, I was exhausted just thinking about it.
Why didn't you just say you were tired?
Because some part of me thought if I say no, she'll think I'm a bad friend. So I protected her opinion of me instead of protecting myself.
And how did you feel that day, moving boxes?
Resentful, honestly. Which felt awful because I love her, and it wasn't her fault, it was mine, for not being honest about my limits.
This is exactly the pattern. People-pleasing isn't generosity. Real generosity feels light. People-pleasing feels heavy and a little resentful underneath.
Real generosity feels light. People-pleasing feels heavy. That's another one for the shorts pile.
We're really stacking them up today.
Can I ask you something now, Rose?
Go ahead.
Do you struggle with this too? Because you seem so comfortable saying no.
Oh, it took years. I used to over-explain every single no I gave, like I owed people a legal defense for having a boundary.
What changed?
I noticed that every time I over-explained, I felt smaller, not more respected. So I started saying no with just one sentence, no defense attached. I can't make it, but thank you for thinking of me.
No justification?
None. And weirdly, people respected it more, not less.
That's counterintuitive. You'd think people need the reasons.
Most people don't need the reasons. They need the clarity. Over-explaining actually signals insecurity, like you're asking for permission to have a boundary.
So, people-pleasing chips away at self-worth because every yes that should have been no is basically you voting against your own needs.
That's beautifully put. Every unwanted yes is a small vote against yourself. Enough votes, and you forget your own voice matters.
All right, so if people-pleasing is the slow leak, what actually refills the tank? What are the daily habits that build genuine self-respect?
That's exactly where we're headed next. Let's get into it after this. Welcome back. So, daily habits, because I think people here build self-worth and imagine some huge internal transformation, when really it's built in tiny, almost boring moments.
Give me a real one, something someone could actually do tomorrow morning.
Okay, here's mine. Every morning, before I check my phone, before any messages or notifications can tell me how my day should feel, I ask myself one question. What do I actually need today? Not what do I need to prove, not what do I need to finish, just what do I need? Sometimes the answer is rest. Sometimes it's a hard conversation I've been avoiding. But asking it first, before the world gets a vote, changes the whole tone of my day.
That's interesting because it puts you in charge of your own definition of a good day instead of outsourcing it.
Exactly. If I let my phone define my day, my worth becomes about likes and replies. If I define it first, myself, then the day belongs to me before it belongs to anyone else.
I have one too, and it's almost embarrassingly simple. I started keeping what I call a kept promises list, not a to-do list, a list of small promises I made to myself and actually kept. Went for a walk when I said I would, said no to something that drained me, told the truth in an uncomfortable moment. Tiny things.
Why does that work?
Because self-worth isn't just a feeling, it's also evidence. If you keep proving to yourself that your word means something, even in small, private ways nobody else sees, you start trusting yourself. And trusting yourself is basically the foundation of respecting yourself.
Oh, that's good. Self-worth isn't just a feeling. It's evidence you build for yourself, one kept promise at a time.
Write that one down too.
I am. My notes app is basically just quotes from you at this point.
Fair trade, considering how many of yours I steal in real conversations with actual humans.
But here's the bigger shift I want to land on, because I think it ties everything together. The confidence versus self-worth conversation, the people-pleasing conversation, all of it. We tend to treat self-worth like a reward, like something you earn after you've achieved enough, helped enough people, become impressive enough.
Right, like it's sitting at the finish line, waiting for you.
But I don't think that's true anymore. I think self-worth isn't the finish line. It's the starting point. You don't become worthy by doing enough. You start from worthy, and then you go do things, sometimes well, sometimes badly, but the worth was never up for negotiation in the first place.
So it's not, I'll be enough once I succeed. It's, I'm already enough, and now let's see what I build from here.
Exactly that. And once you actually believe that, even a little, failure stops being terrifying. It's not a verdict on your worth anymore. It's just information about one attempt on one day.
That reframes everything we talked about today, honestly. The confidence and self-worth split, the people-pleasing pattern, the daily habits. It's all just different doors into the same room.
And in that room is one simple, almost stubborn idea.
Go on.
I was never supposed to earn my worth. I was supposed to start there. Now it's time for Word Walk. 5 useful words from today's conversation.
First up, fraud. A fraud is someone who pretends to be something they're not, or feels like a fake. Example, after the mistake, I felt like a fraud, even though everyone else thought I did fine.
Next, verdict. A verdict is an official decision, usually about guilt or judgment, but we use it here for how we judge ourselves. Example, one bad meeting isn't a verdict on your whole career.
Then we have resentful. If you feel resentful, you feel bitter or annoyed because something felt unfair. Example, she felt resentful after saying yes to plans she didn't actually want.
Fourth word, counterintuitive. Something counterintuitive goes against what you'd naturally expect. Example, it's counterintuitive, but saying less often earns more respect than saying more.
And finally, outsourcing. Outsourcing means giving a task or responsibility to someone or something else instead of doing it yourself. Example, stop outsourcing your sense of worth to how many likes your post gets.
5 words straight from today's chat. Fraud, verdict, resentful, counterintuitive, and outsourcing. Try using one of them in a sentence today.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. Conversations like this one are exactly why we started this podcast. English practice that actually means something.
If today's episode made you think even a little differently about yourself, we'd love to hear it. So here's our question for the comments. What's one small thing you do, or could start doing, that reminds you you're enough, even on a hard day?
We really do read every comment, so don't be shy.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to Rose and Jack Everyday English. It genuinely helps the channel grow, and it means more conversations like this one land in your feed.
Every conversation is a step closer to speaking English naturally.
See you in the next episode, friends.